Hello, viewers. Welcome to Sun CSA Table, where we listen, learn, and connect. And I have one question for all of us. What's the most common characteristic of mammals around the globe? And that is the question that we shall be answering, but now from a human perspective. And in light of the World Breast Week 2026 that is happening in the next few weeks, that's from August. And there is a theme around it, and it's all about breastfeeding. It's called Breastfeeding for a Sustainable Start in Life, Strengthening What Works. In line with that one, Sun CSA, in collaboration with CommWave, is presenting to you a 3-part series podcast that's called The Support We Inherit. And this is an intergenerational conversation that involves various generations. We have the elderly, we have the millennials, and also the Gen Zs in the house. Though we don't have an elderly represented in our team here, but they've interacted with them, so they will give us the say. So in this 3-part series, the podcast will be focusing on 3 areas, one of them being what we were taught. In this case, we shall be reflecting on the beliefs that we know, and also the stories that we've heard from our parents and also other friends as well. The second part of the series will be focusing on what made it possible. This is about the family influence that we are coming from, the stigma, the counseling sessions that we have as parents and also as other people who are interacting with the parents. And the last segment will be on the strengthening what works. This is more of getting what works from the first and the second series of the podcast, and then discussing around it with experts as well. So, according to a 2022 Kenya Demographic and Health Survey report, like 60% of children from 0 to 5 months have been exclusively breastfed. And this is a very good progress as far as Kenya is concerned in comparison to other countries in the world. And with me, we shall be tackling this topic of breastfeeding. You can see my audience are all men, and breastfeeding, we all know that is basically for the ladies, but this gentleman here will help me discuss that in perspective of how they view it. They have wives. I don't think some people have got girlfriends, but we shall know with that. So with that, I'll just welcome my panel to introduce themselves, and then before we delve in the legal matters. Yes, Karim.
Thank you so much. My name is Paul. I'm a first-time parent. I'm a father to a baby boy.
Hello everyone, my name is Jamal. I'm a millennial and father of 2 sons. Yeah.
My name is Brian Nayombe. I'm a father of 2 son and a daughter.
Hello, my name is Steven Mwanda. I'm a father to a girl, who's 7 years old, and I'm happy to be here.
Hello, my name is Joseph Manga. I'm a developer in profession, and I'm a proud father to 1 son, and it's very good. Yeah.
So as you've heard, we have fathers in the house. Thank you so much for that good introduction, and I encourage you to be free. Feel free. This is a conversation, it's not an interview. As you had agreed, interject where possible and also give your input accordingly. Now, our first part of this questioning is about inherited beliefs and resilience. We are men, and there are some things, according to maybe how we've been brought up, we don't speak much about them, but today we want to speak about them. One of them being the main thing, the breastfeeding part. So we often hear about a silence around breastfeeding for men. And when you look back at your own fathers or grandfathers, what was their role as far as breastfeeding is concerned? And was there a conversation about breastfeeding in your home? Or was it a topic that was completely left to the women? And in this case, I'll also welcome you to give your stories from your fathers, the elders around you. Yes. So I'll just start with Mr. Paul here.
Thank you so much. growing up, there were no much talk of about breastfeeding. At that particular time, mostly breastfeeding were left for our mothers, maybe our parents. So, in when I was growing up, there was never a discussion based on breastfeeding, but you could just watch from a distance that this thing was left for our moms, our aunties, but for men it was silent, so it wasn't something like were easily discussed. Yes.
What's your perspective, Mr. Steve?
Yeah, growing up, I grew up in the urban space, and I think from a town perspective, I think the breast has always been seen as a private part. So, being a man, that was something you would respect the women and females about. It's not something you would talk about. You just give them space to breastfeed, or don't talk about it. That's a private part. But I think also going to the villages also, it was different, because in the village you would see it. You'd see women breastfeeding openly, and there was always some form of being uncomfortable, because it wasn't something we were used to from the city, so to speak. Because in the village, people would be very open breastfeeding their children, but in town it would be different. It would be more private.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. Jamal,
Yes.
any stories from your elder, from your big man or old man about it? Not your perspective, but now from your old man, your father, or maybe your uncle, about the same?
Yes. Back in the days when my father and my grandfather were raising up their own children, to them breastfeeding was not an issue, because yao ilikuwa tu ni provision. Mapenzi yao ni provision, sio breastfeeding. Akisha provide food, shelter, clothing, amemaliza.
Mjitetee.
Mjitetee.
Okay. Joseph,
Yes,
unasemaje bwana?
I think growing up,
Yes.
the word was chakula mtoto,
Chakula ya mtoto.
nothing else.
Usiwahi
So
kuuza.
even talking about breasts openly, it was like a taboo. So at the end of the day, I think as I continue growing up until I'm around the age of 7 and or 8, that's when I realized chakula ya mtoto is really, they're talking about breasts. So that's also something I grew up knowing, that chakula ya mtoto, and talking about breasts is a taboo. Don't talk about it when we're opening. So I think, yeah, that's how I grew up.
Chakula ya mtoto. Right. What do you think about chakula?
Actually, this is an interesting conversation. Growing up has been mentioned as a priest. Ungeonekana hata wewe ni kama unaongelea juu ya nini. Because it was something secretive. And I grew up in a boys' family. I have never even had any mention of that, of breastfeeding, of breast. I've never had even a mention of that. But I used to learn a few things, because it came with a lot of news. I remember at one time, my grandma, the stories were coming in. Ile story nasikia tu ina passing plan, but haitakani tuisikie, because it was not meant that if you shower, ukishapata mtoto during the breastfeeding period, you as a man, you are not supposed to go outside. So if you go outside, you will know, because ni kama mtoto atashed health wise. So those are some of the things that we grew up knowing kwamba ni mbaya. And at some point when I grew up, nikapata itakani pia napata, like you separate during the period ya breastfeeding. So the father has to have his own your own quarters, bedroom yake ama bed yake, but that's not happening at some point. But it's something secretive that we never had a conversation around on the same, because it was meant. We grew up knowing that that's meant for ladies. Hautakani hata usikie any conversation around breastfeeding. That's what you, but sometimes I remember some of my family are somewhere. Unapata like mtoto msichana hata angekimbia the father unamwambia something pale. Unapata like no. Yaani waambie mama yako. So it's something else ilichukuliwa kama it's kama kwa taboo. It was meant for ladies. So I grew up knowing that one is purely for ladies. And men are not involved in any way, should not be involved in any way.
All right, so we have private pattern chocolate and told you. Okay. Okay, with that. Now, in many communities, we hear that a woman's decision to breastfeed is influenced by elders. As I've already heard from your end as well. As a man, how do you navigate the space between the traditional advice from your mother or grandmother and the modern medical advice you might receive at the clinic? What happens when there's sources conflict? Because as fathers, when you are in that space, of course, you find that this is a conversation that even if I don't want to have it, it is necessary. And you might get advice from different people, different places. And of course, at some point, those pieces of advice might conflict. So my question is, how do you navigate that space when this is a advice that you get conflict? Yes. Joseph, have you ever been in such a situation?
When we are currently breastfeeding, I think my source of truth is what I say. I always consult to my doctor.
Your doctor?
Yes.
I had doctor. Okay.
Doctor. No, not my doctor. So I think my source of truth when I find myself at a conflict situation is I sit down and try and reason out from a perspective of the child. From my perspective of the child. For example, if they were not breastfeeding, what would be the child doing? As in, the child would be hungry by case. So I think when I find I'm conflicting, I either consult the doctor or I ask myself questions if this is the way through. So
but if, for example, you've gotten different contradicting information or maybe advice from maybe your parent and the doctor, the information is conflicting. Do you have a way of navigating the same situation?
Currently, I would say ask Google. So yeah, you can Google some stuff or ask AI, but still, we kind of research during using the available resources from my perspective.
More of research. Thank you so much. Yes. Anyone to do something from the same? Yes, Rod.
Yeah, as he has said, mostly you have to do your own research as a parent, then also listen to both parties, see what you can take and what you cannot take. Because at times it is only you and your wife who can decide the best something that is the best for your baby. Because remember, you're the only two people who stay with this kid. So if you decide if you give a wrong decision, then the baby will be affected. So in such a way is that you have to be open-minded, be able to navigate issues like those ones for the conflicts, but also be able to get ask for advice where you can't. Reach out to mostly actually I can say to your doctor who can be able to help you, but also do your own research as well. In my case, I think there's a time when the baby was born, yes. So most of the time people say that if you give your baby, this, how do you call it? But there's another name. Formula. Yes. When you give them formula, it's not good for the baby. But medically, what if the mother is unable to produce milk? What if the mother has traveled? So what is or sometimes you find that people die during birth. So what is left for the baby is to provide that formula milk for the baby until they are able to eat. So you see, such conflicts can happen, but you have to do your own research and see what is best for your baby. Yes.
Okay, Mr. Brian, do you agree with that? The research aspect.
Yeah, actually, the research aspect also works. But yeah, I've done my research traditionally. Traditional consulting. I have I consult my church. I consult my mom and my Q. I have a medic also. You see, now it can conflict each time. Sometimes the hospital require that I exclusively breastfeed for 6 months. But sasa unapata hii 6 months maybe hana that enough. You know? At some point unapata like maybe mtoto is crying. I experienced that with my first one because he kept on crying until we were at a point where hakujui utafanya nini. So ukiuliza madhe anakwambia vumilia tu kidogo mpenyeshe, sio ukiuliza shosh anakwambia huyu mtoto ashibi, wewe mpatie uji. Sasa yeye ako 2 months. Ukienda hospitali wanakwambia bro, exclusively breastfeed for this month. Wewe unashangaa which one can I go? Eventually anakwambia hata mlete. Ukileta pale anachukua uji, unaona pia mtoto anapita. Anakunywa. Unaona like akakunywa kwa sawa. So unapata like you now start now also believing in these moms. Because this one is working and whatever they are telling is not working at some point. Though sometimes it works, sometimes best practice is you have to take the exclusively breastfeed for that 6 months. But sasa unapata like sometimes inakuanga ngumu because utaenda with the current technologies utajipata kwa internet, unaanza Google, pale TikTok, but you know most of them you don't know who is who, or because wanafanya content maybe for their own something. Hujui where the truth is. It's not a verified report. Ukienda pia saizi kuna era AI tena ChatGPT uanze Google pale, but itakupatia the results kwa sababu maybe itakuwa nakupatia the result depending maybe on the west and answer. But now ukikuja huku unaangalia pia grow up na some of our peers ama kids huko nyumbani, tunaona wakizaliwa na mama wao hakuwa able na mama wao atoweka kwa bahati mbaya. But tunapata like wanaanza kupewa kauji kama maziwa, kauji kwa wazio kashakuwa ukiangalia include. So unaanza kuangalia can I try this? So it's more because ukienda to the elderly people pale na kwa sababu ndio walikuwa na unaangalia pale. Hata mimi nakumbia pata when I gotten myself in there my social alikuwa anaonekana kwamba siwezi angalia wewe utakana upewe guide kwa kila siku kwa simu, anaonekana kwamba you are making au from the right thing. Hiyo unaangalia pia hapo mama pia yeye anang'ang'ana, unaangalia pia yeye every time anapigia mahali kula what can I do nini. So it's just the process of learning, but it's more of a traditional research from those who have experienced it. Kwa sababu unapata like mahali kwa watoto kama 6-7 ngapi hapo automatically ni experience. Social mko pale mko through guidance, but so unaona they give you an example, but which most of the time chenye watakupatia automatically it conflicts with the medication, with the medical aspect. Yes.
Nice. All right, I can see Jamal, then we go to you. Yes, Jamal.
Yes, in addition to what Brian has said, ni tricky kunavigate hiyo water ya conflict kwa sababu traditionally pia sisi tumelelewa hiyo traditionally. Era zetu kama millennials wengi wetu tumelelewa ushago, eleza ushago. Hata hiyo medical advice ndio bebo na mzazi kwanza hakuna matatu kwa nini bebo na wheelbarrow ama punda unasikia kama inapatikana. Ndio hiyo clinic mzazi wako apewe watu guys ni vigumu sana. So when you say traditional advice do you gonna take the forefront, so conflicting lazima itakuwa we try our best.
You can imagine kulikuwa na hospital kama like 5 kilometers hapo. Unaenda huko unapata advice ndio.
Ndio singolelia yake.
So you can imagine sasa balancing your traditional and now the question you had asked now in this day and age, the challenges we are facing. Ndio ume research. Lakini unajua theory and practice really tofauti. Ile drama sema we were told 6 months exclusive breastfeeding. Lakini unapata mtoto analia after 3 months. Huko home unaambiwa na madhe patie uji. But the doctors just told you 6 months. Pressure iko kwa bibi, anaambiwa na mother in law. Yeah. Na wewe ndio wako katikati. So as a man, inakuwa challenging. But for me, naweza sema kuchukua the medical direction, to stand on that direction, inakuwa more favorable sometimes. Lakini it's not a very easy situation to be in. Yeah? Balancing the traditional advice like you put at the hospital, it's not a very easy situation to be.
So to summarize that part, let's hear from Joseph.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the reason why I would say research is it depends on like how you'll be working with your wife. So many wife are married during the pregnancy stage. Now, if we have not been together, ati sikuwa nampeleka clinic naona naangaliwa ile unaona ile kitu nazungushango hapa hiyo sasa. If I'm not working with this woman during the time that she's pregnant, hata mtoto akikuja, I'm not able to assess where we in particular, like tuko wapi, tuko kwa breastfeeding high. The reason why maziwa ikuji, alafu mtu unasikia tu pale nje anasema nipatie mtoto weka sukari kwa breast tuone kama atalamba. Things like those zinaweza kuletea zile designer you're thinking what is the correct method. This is where I'm saying research. Kuweka sukari itasaidia nini? Mtoto atanyonya, yes. But by the end of the day, hiyo maziwa itafikia tumbo yake. Now that's the thing. So you also need to have a source of truth. For the traditional people, kitu walikuwa naamini mababu zao, their relative, shosho akikuja tu na opinion ya kupatiana mtoto uji said, mtoto anapewa uji hata kama kwa one week. So you find that in the modern society, with the help of technology, wanasema AI. Tumeanza kusema amesema AI. Kasema nini? But with the help of the modern technology, I think there's so much research that has been done that mbona to research, mbona niende niulize mama yangu. It's like the story of you ever heard the story of the fish. Kuna mama alikuwa anaulizwa na mtoto wake, mbona unakata kichwa samaki alafu unatupa? Because mama yangu alikuwa anafanya hivyo. So if we follow that process, and we are the type of generation which ask questions as in mbona tunafanya hivi. So that's why we trust more of Google. Mbona, ask Google. So I think that's where I would say my kind of research perspective is where I research first on how this child is developing, and then ask Google or ask the book.
Right. So we have a very informed Gen Z. Anafanya research yake. But I've heard something new. Unaweka sukari. Okay.
Kuna watu wanasema hiyo, kwanza ya mtoto amekataa kunyonya inasikia, weka sukari. Weka hapa tu, labisha hapa sukari, tuone ataka ni chumvi.
All right.
Huko nje vitu vingine sana.